Hey, Flosstube!
Hey, Flosstubers!
We are back again with Dave. Dave's with us, and we're so excited to have a guest host today. He's here because Kef is in Costa Rica, and you guys knew that. And so he's going to maybe offer a movie review. He's a big movie buff, and maybe a book review. We're not quite sure. We'll see how things go. Yeah. And we will just see what happens. I think we'll send this to Kef, and then she will probably add some stuff from down in Costa Rica before she puts it out. So hopefully you guys will see it Monday. I don't know. She's been a lot busier than she thought she was going to be. So we'll have to see if she is able to get it out there. So I'm not sure. But anyway, we're glad you're back. We totally appreciate all of the people who have subscribed to our channel. We totally appreciate all of the comments. You guys are amazing. And it's so fun to read your comments. And it's also fun to watch other Flosstubers and have you talk about stuff that we have said and maybe beauty tips that Kef has given. And it's a lot of fun. It's a great community. We are very lucky, and it's a very positive. I hope that this really inspires the younger generation to start stitching. I don't want it to be a lost art. And a lot of people don't do stuff like this now. And so I'm hoping that maybe Flosstube will encourage people like Kef to take this up. And she's really enjoyed it, I think.
She has been.
I think she's
cross-stitching while she's been in Costa Rica. And on the plane. And
yeah, she's really, it's been fun for her to have something. And I always say it's cheaper than therapy. And it's kind of my therapy, you know what I mean? And it's really, it's wonderful to have stitching in our lives. So anyway, I don't know how you feel about that, Sarah, but I think it's wonderful. And anyway, thank you to everybody who subscribes. And if you're a new subscriber, we hope you'll watch our channel again. And to all those who are coming back, thank you so much. We just love you. We think you're great. We have to say that yesterday was the Belmont.
Yes, it was very exciting.
And we watch all of the starting with the Kentucky Derby. We watch each of these races, and it's just a fun thing to do. It's nothing, we don't bet or anything, but sometimes we think we should.
Yeah, I think we should.
So anyway, we were excited.
We knew Justify was going to win.
We knew. Yep. So we were
so
really...
did everybody else.
Yeah, that's right. And Justify did so well. We loved it. We loved that it was a triple crown. So that was kind of exciting. We had our grandkids over, and my son and his wife, and then my cousin Donna that we've talked about. She used to watch all of the races with her mother, and her mother would always pick the winner. And it was solely on the name of the horse. She just would, love the names, and she would pick one. And anyway, so Donna was with us yesterday, and she can't watch because she's afraid the horses will fall. And so, but she sits with us, and then, at the end she looks. But anyway, we were excited that it was a triple crown. It was a very exciting day.
It was.
So anyway, we wanted to talk about that a little bit. We have had a great week. We have walked a lot.
We have.
We have walked a lot.
Definitely cool kids.
That's right. We're streaking with the cool kids. And one day we went over 3 miles, and we have a new high school being built just to the west of us, and we walked to it, and then kind of tried to walk through it, but they decided that we shouldn't be in a construction zone, and so we were asked to leave. But anyway, that day we got in more than 3 miles, and so anyway, it's been good, and we've been really active, and it's been hot. We've had some really warm weather, but hopefully today it is going to be a lot cooler. So that'll be nice. We've been up to 96.
Yeah. I would say it's going to be 62.
Yeah. So it's a crazy kind of, which we're glad about. It's been so hot. So anyway, we were happy about that. I wanted to tell Steph that I watched the adventures of Stitching with Steph and Linda Jo. I just happened upon it, and so it wasn't live when they did it, but I watched it, and that was really fun. I got to know Steph a lot more. She told a lot of stories about herself, and that was kind of fun. So that Linda Jo is pretty Southern, so I've subscribed to her channel now. She's a Flosstuber, and it was really fun. They just did it kind of off the cuff and told stories, and they were stitching, and so that was really fun. And I've also started, well, Julie, I watch Gulf Coast Stitcher all the time. It's been fun to watch her, and she went to the store and got some children's books.
Oh.
And, well, she didn't buy them, but she was looking at them with her daughter. And she kind of got choked up because they read some of the ones that she'd read with her daughter. And I said, there's some children's books I can't read anymore either. It's too close to your heart. So anyway, that was kind of fun. And then I've been watching Vonna, the Twisted Stitcher. I've watched her before, but you don't know about it. But isn't that great, the Twisted Stitcher? Isn't that a good name?
Yeah.
Anyway, I've been watching her, how she finishes things. And I think I'm going to try a flat fold that she shows us. And she's so good. She does such great, she tells you so much about how to actually do it. The instructions are really clear.
Is that a flat fold over there?
Well, no. A flat fold is kind of like your iPad stand. So you finish it so that it can sit like a picture frame.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. And so it's kind of cool. It's really neat. And it doesn't involve a sewing machine. Anything that doesn't involve a sewing machine, I'm willing to try. Yeah. So anyway, so I'm going to try and give that a try, the flat fold finish. Anyway, and so I wanted to thank her for that. And then this week, Dave has been you've been reading some of my family histories.
Yeah.
And so, and it was kind of funny because I kind of have known the stories, but Dave, about my grandmother and then about my mom. And Dave knows some of the stories about my mom. But anyway, because Pam is such a huge historian and genealogist, I thought I should tell this story. So my mom, who was also a big stitcher, never did count and cross stitch, but she did all kinds of she did the felt stockings that I continue to do now, and she did all kinds of needle work, but not count and cross stitch.
No kidding.
Yeah, she never did count and cross
stitch.
stitch.
Sewing.
I know, but it was just needle work, like she would do pillowcases, you guys, and she would do almost like crewel work, like mine up there, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
But she never did count and cross stitch. Anyway, because she was always doing needlework of some.
Dish towels and stuff.
She did dish towels, yeah.
Everywhere.
Even after she died, she had done a set of dish towels for Kath.
So after she died, she did a set of dish
No, I'm
towels?
sorry. After she died, before she died, she did a set of dish towels. And then
cool.
I gave them to Kath when she got married.
Okay.
She'd given them to me and said, if I'm not here, then give these to Kath. So before she died, she did a set of dish towels. So anyway, she did stuff like that more. Pillowcases, dish towels, more like embroidery rather than, she never ever did count and cross stitch. Never, never knitted.
She used to make those like quilts out of old mids.
Yeah.
Trousers.
She did a lot of she would take sheets for the back side, and then she'd get cut up pieces from Mr. Mac. Not that anybody here knows what I'm talking about, but it's a local store that sells men's suits, and he would have. It was like a polyester, wouldn't you say? It was just gross. But anyway, they would be cut in squares, and she would sew them together for picnic blankets so that you could just, they weren't for pretty or anything. But then she would just, is that funny? I know, that is funny. Yeah. But anyway, he happened to live by us. And
did she ever make clothes for you?
No. Never. No. So anyway, my mother was the daughter of a great lady named Barbara Rosina Stuckey Tobler Zahner. And her mom had married Mr. Tobler, and they had 10 children. And then Mr. Tobler died. And so my mother's father had come to America straight from Switzerland, and he had also 10 children with his wife, including in that 10, there were 2 sets of twins. I mean, it was crazy. Anyway, his poor wife, after having that many children, also died. And he was getting... Who wouldn't? I know. But she made it to America. And anyway, and they lived in Idaho somewhere. So then my grandfather got really bad rheumatism, arthritis, and so the doctor in Idaho said, you've got to go live in southern Utah where it's warm all the time. It will help your rheumatism. I don't know why they called it rheumatism. Anyway, we call it arthritis now. So anyway, he moved to southern Utah and met my grandmother, okay? So here's my grandmother, who's already had 10 kids, my grandfather, who's had 10 children. They meet, they get married, and they have my mother. So she was the 21st child. So she likes to say she had 20 brothers and sisters, but she was an only child. So she actually had 20 stepbrothers and sisters, right? We didn't know my grandfather's family as well as we knew my grandmother's family. My grandmother's family was kind of in southern Utah and stayed there. My grandfather's family, well, he was 56 when he had my mom. And so his kids were kind of grown and gone. And but my grandmother's children were a little bit closer in age to my mom. Not hugely. Well, probably within 5 years, I would guess. I think my Aunt Thora was... Anyway.
She was 44, though.
My grandma was 44 when she had my mom. Yeah.
How was your mom? She's about that age, wasn't
No, she was in her 30s when she had me.
Late 30s?
She was probably 36.
Okay.
Anyway. It's kind of a funny story, and it's just a unique story and a kind of an interesting one genealogically, because there's all these people that are really just half brothers and sisters. But and I never knew my grandfather, knew my grandmother, but for not too long. But my grandfather died before I was ever born. So anyway, that's a kind of funny historical genealogical story about my family.
Cool.
My grandmother was an amazing woman who, boy, she lived a rough life and had to, sacrifice and take care of these kids. And she was a midwife. I think you said last night, at least 300
babies.
She delivered 300 babies, and she also would lay people out when they died, and she would be called for other, medical reasons, even though she had no medical degree. But she was very, intuitive or something, and she was able to help people. So anyway, that's kind of a story about my mom. And my grandmother was a beautiful quilter. She never did not like stitching work, but she made quilts and quilts and quilts, real like piece quilts. And she did the Sunbonnet Girl, and we've got one downstairs that I kind of keep. Anyway, so she was a quilter, and I remember like playing underneath the quilts. I have memories of that.
Oh, she made that one. I remember that blanket. That quilt.
Yeah. So anyway, there's a historical story a little bit about my past and my mother and my grandmother. So anyway, there you go.
Cool.
Okay. I'm going to do the book right now. Okay. The book is Pirates Don't Change Diapers. And the author is Melinda Long, and the artist is David Shannon. The David Shannon, some of you might know the No David books, and that's kind of got a glare on it. Anyway, this is hilarious. And I don't know if any of you all know, but on September 19th, I don't even know if you know this, it is National Pirate Day. National Talk Like a Pirate. Yes, National Talk Like a Pirate Day. So at school, I read this in September, and it is hilarious. So this little boy, Jeremy Jacob, I believe because I do it with kind of an Irish accent. I believe his name is Jeremy Jacob, and Mom's going to the store. She's got to run to the store. She says, if I leave, Dad's asleep, and your sister won't wake up. But if she wakes up, keep her quiet so Dad can have a nap. So as soon as Mom leaves, within seconds, there's a knock on the door, and it's the pirates. And of course, the pirates are there because they have found a map, and there's treasure in Jeremy Jacobs' backyard. And so then they're so happy to see him. They seem to be old friends. And of course, they wake up the baby. So the baby wakes up, and they proceed to try and take care of the baby, try to keep the baby happy. And then they think they've got the baby back to sleep. They do strained spinach. They feed the baby. It's pretty funny. And then they try to get her to go back to sleep, and they think they've got her asleep, and they put her in it's Bonnie Ann. She's the, what's on the front of the ship, Dave? They put the mermaid at the front of the ship or something. That's what she is. They put her in her arms because she thinks it's a lady, and they think she's fallen back to sleep. But lo and behold, she's actually gotten a hold of the treasure map. It's disappeared, and she's actually eaten some of it. So anyway, they eventually, he figures out, the brother figures out where the treasure is, and they're able to get a treasure because it's actually going to be his mother's birthday. So anyway, it's just funny. It doesn't have a redeeming quality, or it's just a cute book, and kids love it. And pirates don't change diapers. I mean, it's just really good. So that's a fun one for you. And David Shannon is excellent. He has a lot of other books that have some really good, well, they're just funny too, but there's some other good ones. We'll have to talk about it.
Books are better now than they used to be.
I totally agree.
40,
I mean, there were some great
ago.
books. We talk about the Mike
Mulligan.
Mike Mulligan and the Steam Show. I mean, there were some good ones.
Those are pretty innovative.
I know they're very
the mustache one.
I know. Yeah. We're lucky.
Yeah.
They really are. There's a lot of children's books now that are just amazing. But anyway, yeah. So and there were some great ones when we grew up, but tons more now. Okay, David, should we do the let's review Ocean's 8?
Let's do.
Okay. What were your thoughts?
I liked it a lot. We saw it when Friday night, the night it came out.
Yeah, Friday night.
Yeah, and it was really, really fun. It was like the, in the, 10, 15 years ago, there was the Ocean's 11 and, 12, 13 series. And then this was, an all-girl cast, which is really fun. Mostly sort of comedic actresses.
Yep.
And it was like, what's her name? Anne Hathaway.
Sandra Bullock. I don't know who the blonde was. Who's the other main blonde?
Sarah Paulson or something like that.
Okay.
Oh, no, it was Kate Blanchett.
Oh, Kate Blanchett.
But some of the other ones were like Sarah Paulson, who looks like Kristen Wiig. I don't know what she's from. And Mindy starts with a K.
Kaylin. Yeah, Minnie Kaylin.
She was really funny.
She was funny. And what's her face? The girl with the kind of the dreadlocks.
Rihanna. Yeah.
It was really good. Oh, and then kind of an Asian girl, but I didn't recognize her.
Yeah, she's got I looked her up. She's got her name is one word.
Okay.
And
is she a comedian?
Kind of a rap comic person,
okay.
Who's got some, I would say, R-rated stuff.
Oh, okay, all right. It was funny though. It was an excellent movie.
It really was.
If you want to go to a movie and you don't want to think and you don't want to be upset and you just want to have a good time, it's good.
No one gets killed, no blood.
No, and there's some twists.
Some good twists.
So
I was thinking about one of the twists that, what was it? Last night I was thinking that was really innovative or unexpected. I forget what it was. I'll have to talk to you about it later, but it was good.
Yeah. It's a really good movie. It's just fun. And enjoyable. And some of the movie critics thought that Sandra Bullock was a little bit too serious. We disagree.
Yeah,
we thought she was fine, and I don't know. It was just enjoyable.
Yeah.
So it's a fun movie to go see.
Yeah.
Now we started last night, The Shape of Water.
Yeah, we figure since it won 4 Oscars and a year ago that we ought to finally catch up.
And we tried to go see it when it was in the theater, but we had the wrong time. Remember, we went.
Yeah,
and we went in it was not playing then or something, and so we never saw it in the theater, so we're trying to catch up.
But it looks like pretty amazing direction and
yeah.
colors
You guys,
and angles. Because it got the Oscar for Best Picture and Best Direction.
And it looks like it was supposed to take place in about the 40s, would you have said? Kind of the 40s. And I just love how they find all that old stuff to make it look like it's the 40s. Anyway, it's looking we haven't watched the whole thing. We just watched part of it. So there you go.
Okay, that was good. Good movie review, dear.
Okay, all right. Thank you. All right, what else were we... The other thing, I think... That was all. We probably will move on to stitching. Now.
Okay. Okay. Now that we're halfway into but I still I've got a problem though before we go into that stitching. So it's I was looking at this is Flosstube number 12, I think.
It is
excellent. Number 12. So
that's
true. So I was looking at all the previous 11 ones, lined them all up on YouTube, and looked at the numbers of views and subscriptions and all that kind of stuff. And I noticed that the one that I was in about a month ago, when I was guest hosted,
yes,
was by far the lowest numbers of views. And so, in this era when our value is really determined by, the views and likes and comments and subscriptions that we all have, it was devastating to me to see that I had 100 less. I mean, normally you get about 1,000 views, and it's growing, and then some are even 2,000, but mine were like 800.
We just feel terrible.
So it's very offensive to me that you guys would rather see Kefren, my daughter, with personality than her dad, the accountant, with zero personality. So it's really difficult for my personal self-esteem.
Yes,
I just want you guys to know that.
We just feel terrible about it, dear.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the pain I feel.
Okay, and I appreciate you sharing that with us.
Thank you.
Okay.
See, I need to start cross-stitching because I do clearly need some therapy.
Yes, that's right. We all do. All of us need therapy. But anyway, so that is all in good humor. Dave really is fine.
No.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty serious.
Okay. Anyway, but we still appreciate, you got great comments. People did write very good comments back.
Yeah, they liked my dollhouse.
They did. They thought it was amazing. So, come on. They love you, really. Okay, so
they just don't want to watch me.
Okay, so anyway, I'm going to show you just a couple of non-stitching projects that I did this week. I did Summer Fun.
That is so cool. Those colors are just absolutely amazing.
I love it. I think it turned out so cute. I made one for Kef as well. And this is the set we've shown you before where they come out. So it's, it's got magnets on the back, and then you put it in, and then we can change it with each of the seasons. This one was a really fun one. I'm loving this one.
Those thongs are great.
The thongs are great too. Oh, excuse me.
No,
I'm sorry.
Flip-flops. Sorry.
Flip-flops. Yep, there you go. Okay, and then I made, I don't know how I'm gonna help send this over. I just did a really quick summer banner. And this is probably going to go inside. Yeah, go this way.
Those are great colors.
Those are cute too. This is Doodlebug.
Yeah.
Doodlebug paper, and I got it at my at Mom and Me scrapbooking. And these were just, you cut them up. They're all on a page, and then I just put them together. Some of the things I put some little stickers on the front so it has dimension.
Yeah.
But anyway, and then we're going to hang it in here. I did that summer.
We're not going to do it outside.
I don't think so. I'm afraid it will fade. In that sun?
Yeah.
I don't know. So anyway, the one I did for Kef was out of wood.
Oh.
I feel better about the wood ones going outside. So anyway, although I don't know, maybe we do.
She makes it seem like those are so easy to do, but they're not.
Yeah, no,
they take a lot of time and love and labor.
It's fun. It's
creativity.
Fun. It's quicker than cross stitching, and it comes together, and you feel like you've accomplished something. So that's kind of nice. Okay. This is what I have gotten done this week, and then at the end, we will do my haul. So, comes the way to the leaves one day. I got a lot of, it's this one, Prairie Schooler, Autumn Leaves. It's the big one, and I have gotten some of I knew the words would go fast. So the words are going faster, and we're getting a lot of that. That's been fun. So I try to do that on Fridays, fall Fridays. And then I went back to the store. I went back to my LMS to check out if I really had enough fabric.
Oh, really?
I've been really, it was the third time I'd started it. And, this is the Country Cottage Needleworks. This is the Santa's Village. And I worried, and I watched, anyway, I went back. I said, okay, you guys, you measure this. Because then I've started I haven't given very much room over here. I said, I'm so nervous. I want to make sure. And they double checked it, triple checked it, and they said I'm okay. So I've started more on the house. I didn't want to stitch anymore until I knew that I had enough fabric.
Did you start it? Is this the third time you start? How far along were you on time 1 and 2? I
had about this much, just the top parts done.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Do you take it out, or do you just chuck it?
No, I can just cut a piece. I can just cut below it or whatever. Okay. So that is that. I'm going to start working more on that.
That's
because
great.
Those
are
I
good colors too.
I had to make sure that I had enough. I did not want to not have enough. I just did a little bit on, this is, it's a small world. I got a little bit more done on that one, kind of the gold area and the top peaks. I got some more done on that. And it's a fun one. It's pretty easy to do. And then this is Kef's that she finished, and I put the dog bone below I sewed it on for her.
That's cool.
The little dog bone below the dog house.
When do you get a dog bone like
it
that?
comes with it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it comes with the kit. So I got that sewn on for her. And then I completely finished. I kind of put this one to the side because I couldn't find the right, the green. I had it. This is the Halloween Rules by Lizzie Kate, and I'm starting at the bottom. And I have the two bottom ones completely done.
When did cross-stitching kind of go 3D with like bones and stuff you stick
I don't know.
on? Did they have that when,
yeah.
when you started when you were a little girl?
No. There's more stuff like that now available,
Okay,
right?
yeah.
But when I did it, when I was when I did Kev Santa and the Santas, there was stuff to go on things then, but not when I was young.
Seems like sometimes when I'd see stitching, women would create more dimension, like a flower of some kind. It kind of
well, that's more crewel work, embroidery and stuff.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Okay, this is my Lizzie Kate pair of pilgrims, and I actually got down into his face. So I've got the beginning of his face now. His hat is I've got to do the gold on his hat, but the hat up at the top is done, and I'm down to his face. So that is the pair of pilgrims, and then this is my Welcome Foolish Mortals. You know that one. If I would sit down for, I didn't do this one at all this week, but I've almost got Welcome done.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
So that's going to be fun. And Kef has started this. This is what she took to Costa Rica for her. Okay?
Same fabric.
Yep, same fabric. So that's what I've been stitching. I got a fair amount of stitching done this week.
Oh, yeah.
So then my haul was, after I finished the Buzzy string last week, I had to have the rest of the strings by Lizzie Kate. So I got Merry String, which is the Christmas one. I got Spooky String, which I can't wait to start. I got Thankful String.
Are these all like that one?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So then I can just take that one off.
Put it on, yeah.
And then I'll put these on.
Yep.
And then I got Spring. The Spring, is it called? Yeah, Spring String, which is really cute. Okay, so those are all the seasons. And then I got for Kef, I don't know if she will care or want it, but I had to get it, the Doggy String. So I got that for her. If she'll want to do it, I don't know. Anyway, and then I have loved my sleds that I did for Lizzie Kate. You know, they're cute.
Those little ornament.
Yeah, so
cool.
I got the two other sets of Lizzie Kate sled cross stitch on the perforated paper, and they're really. I just thought they worked up so cute that I thought, and they're so fast that I needed to get those because, as you know, as we say every time, Lizzie Kate is going out of business. Not going out of business; she's retiring, and so if you can't get it now, you'll never be able to get it.
Stock up.
Yeah. So anyway, so I decided that was something I really would do and wanted to do. My last haul was I asked and had my LNS send for the Cricket collection, the Beachy. I'm hoping that's.
Yeah.
I love
That's
that
cool.
one. Isn't that a fun one?
It is.
And so I got that. It came in, and I should have written it down. We decided on this fabric. Oh, it's going to tell me. It is, I don't have my glasses on.
Kind of looks like beach fabric.
It's called Summer Sky. It's a 28 count hand-dyed summer sky. I don't know, let's see how it's showing up pretty true, isn't it? Can you see on the,
yeah.
It's showing up pretty true. So I thought it's a little bit brighter than what they have it stitched on. But that's what I chose, and I got all of the floss. I've got the floss to go with it, and we felt like the floss was a good match, even with that fabric, with the Summer Sky fabric. I got it at my LNS. It is the Craft Center of Fine Stitchery in Salt Lake. So that is my haul, which was a pretty big haul.
That is a good haul.
So anyway, so those are things that I need to get started on, and these work up so fast, these little sleds. That'll be fun to do.
Yep.
So let me look and see if there's anything else that we need to talk about. I don't think there is. I think we covered it all. Okay. I think that we'll send this to Kath, and I'm hoping that she's going to add, she's been taking pictures or a little bit of video. She was able to cross stitch for the first time on the beach yesterday. And so she probably will add some of that. And then, oh, you guys, she was at the Atlanta airport, and she had an 11-hour layover. And but they didn't want to leave the airport because then they have to go through security again. I mean, it just wasn't worth it. So they found, because we talked about it, in some airports, they had these little, like, micro suites inside the airport. We've seen them before. And so they got a micro suite, this other gal that she was traveling with from work. And it was just like this little tiny little room with, like, anyway. But at least you could sleep. She said she actually slept pretty good. It's private, and they paid a lot of money for it. But anyway, it was worth it. And of course, they didn't have their luggage. They just had their carry-ons.
True.
So the luggage had gone on. So anyway, that's what she did. I think she stitched a little bit in the Atlanta airport. So anyway, hopefully she'll tack some either pictures or video onto this one. And then hopefully she'll be able to upload it. I don't know. But anyway, she's having a great time, but she's been working a lot. She thought she'd have more downtime, and she has not. But it is a beautiful place, and she... she's staying in a really nice place, but she's been very, very busy. So there you go. We will be back again. Kep will be back again with me next week, and
views will go up.
And we hope you guys have a great week. We hope you get a lot of stitching done. I feel so much better than I did last Sunday. I was a mess last Sunday. I was so tired, but I'm feeling much more rejuvenated, and I kind of got my wind back again. So anyway, we appreciate you watching. We're so glad that you guys are out there. I'm trying to catch up on a lot of Flosstube now that I have a little more time, and it's been really fun to watch you guys. And I'll catch up more this week. And we hope you have a stitchy week. We love you all, and we appreciate you watching us and subscribing to our channel. We'll talk to you again next week. Bye.